Hi, friends. This is Wendy Harrop, and welcome to the Say Yes to Yourself podcast. On the Say Yes to Yourself podcast, you'll hear stories from women just like us who are adding the practice of saying yes in their daily lives in big and small ways, and as a result, are experiencing the truth that everybody wins when you say yes to yourself. Saying yes to yourself is a graceful unfolding, an intentional becoming of the very best version of you. It is my hope that in these conversations, we are able to find our truth and be inspired and empowered to live our very best lives. I'm so excited to go on this journey with you, and I look forward to finding a bit of our own story in each other's. Hello, friend. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm just thrilled to have you here, and it's so fun. I am in my redesigned office. I told you last week it was a flurry of activity with my friend Sharon here. She is an amazing woman, fabulous friend, and also has been a coach and personal development teacher for decades. And she is helping women step into and define who they want to be in the next chapter of their life, which of course is right up my alley. And then, as a brilliant interior designer, she comes to your house and creates the spaces that support the woman you're becoming. I know. It's so good. It's amazing. And she touched every single room in my house while she was here. And now that she has left and gone back to California, it feels so fun for me to walk through each of these rooms and see what's new. It's so exciting. And I know that I've told you that this is happening, and I've told you that I've been purging my closet and my shoes and my address book and my drawers, everything. And all of this flurry of activity has been prompted by the conversation I had with today's guests. Now, I feel a little bad that I had this information many weeks ago and you are just hearing it today, but don't fret, take a deep breath. We're never going to miss out on what's meant for us, and we have all the time in the world. And I believe you will be motivated to really look at the things that are surrounding you, the things that are being tolerated, and the things that could support more holistically the person you're becoming in this new season, in the new year that's coming, all the things. So today we have the amazing Dina Berrin. She is a seasoned intuitive guide, storyteller, and certified coactive life coach with over 20 years of experience in the mystical arts. Her journey began under the tutelage of her astrology-devoted grandmother, igniting a lifelong passion for uncovering the deeper truths beneath life's surface. As a master tarot reader, numerologist, palm reader, astrologer, and creator of a unique charm reading system, Dina seamlessly blends ancient wisdom with modern coaching techniques. Her innovative approach empowers individuals to reconnect with their authentic selves, clarify their values, and overcoming limiting beliefs to live their most fulfilled life. Dina is the author of The Way Within, Igniting Your Intuition with Sacred Tools. This book offers transformative insights and practical tools for personal growth and spiritual alignment. She is more than just a tarot reader and fortune teller. She is a guide who helps people find their purpose, respect their core values, and navigate their life's journey with wisdom and love. She is the guiding light that guides people home to themselves, helping them make decisions from a place of love and authenticity. I can totally attest that everything in this beautiful description of Dina is true. I have had multiple conversations with her since. I have also been connected to amazing people that she has introduced me to. I know you are going to love her, so please enjoy this expansive conversation with Dina Berrin. Dina, I am so excited about this conversation. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's so fun. I love all the things that you're up to, but I am eager to know, how are you saying yes to yourself in this season?
Well, right now, I'm saying yes by fully embracing the magic that has always been a part of me. So I'm saying yes to letting my intuition drive the car. I'm not interested in riding shotgun anymore because midlife is too precious for autopilot. So I'm closing the doors on old obligations, which is perfect timing because 2025 is a universal 9 year. And I'm ready to fling open the doors to find new availability, new precious magic that will be filled with creativity, travel, and big hearted service.
Oh, I love you so much. I'm so happy you're here. It's so good. And I would say, I think I said this on the last podcast, that I would consider myself astro curious.
Hmm.
I grew up in a church that was not available for any insight besides what they were monitoring. And I grew up in a household that agreed with that. In fact, in college, I remember one year my mom sent me a magazine, like a glamour magazine or something. And in the, what is it called? The content.
Table of contents.
Thank you. Like, what are those words? And it read horoscope, page 39. And she wrote in mine, not in your issue. And so it's so fascinating. It's so fascinating, right? I'm available for every tool that gives me information to have the best day I can possibly have. So I'm here for it, but I'm really eager to know everything that you know and everything you want to tell us. And what does, you said something, this is a something nine
A
year,
universal nine
a
year. Yeah.
universal nine.
Yes.
Say more.
Okay. So first, I guess I'll talk to you about the universal 9 year, but I do have thoughts about your mom and
Oh, yeah,
astrology.
I wanted to hear all of it. And I found out the other day that I am in my second Saturn return.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
This
I
is
I
big
need
too.
you.
You do, you do. So let me give you a little bit of my background and then I will
Please.
answer all your questions. So originally, I feel like everybody has like an entrance into whatever world it is that they are working in. So my entrance happened at a young age because my Taurus grandmother, and by the way, I'm a Taurus too, so I attract strong, Taurus women. I do appreciate that in the world. But anyway, she was very interested in astrology. First of all, she was the wise woman that everybody came to for advice. She was level-headed, she listened, she heard you. She was just amazing in so many ways. But anyway, she was the one that introduced me to astrology because she would talk about people as if they were their astrological sign. And I was like, what
Ooh.
does that mean? She's like, oh, of course they did that. They're a Leo, or, yes, that's typical Scorpio behavior, or like whatever. And I was like, what does that mean? So I started learning from her, in whatever way I could at that young age. But I started watching people, I started noticing things, and you start to see patterns. And it was
Wow.
funny because, in my family, who I will keep these people anonymous for obvious reasons, but like they both had birthdays that were like in one day of each other. And
Mm.
both of them were like ankle biters to the nth degree. And my mom was like, of course, they're one day apart and they both had that same trait. And I was like, oh, let me go look up their sign and everything. So that was, I always used to be curious about what people's birthdays were because it helped me understand them a little bit. But
Right.
your sun sign is just the face you show the world. That's just your public face. And then there's your moon, which is your private self. And then there's your Mercury, which is how you communicate. And then there's your Venus, which is how you love. So it's like there's all these
Mm.
little parts of you.
So
And so
good.
it's amazing to just see someone come to life in their chart. So I'm so sorry that your mother ripped out your astrology page or your horoscope page for the magazine. I loved reading those sections in the New York Post. I grew up in New York, and I mean, I've always been interested in this. So since my grandmother kind of lit the fire at a very young age, I've been interested. So she was my entrance to this world, but I've always been interested. Like I grew up in New Jersey and we would go to the boardwalk and there would be a lady reading palms and I would beg my mother, please let me get my palm read. She was like, no, keep walking. We're not stopping for these people kind of thing. But it lit something in me. And I started with, after astrology, I went to tarot and I studied tarot. I just wrote a book, and I'll get to that in a minute. But started studying tarot after I found my long term teacher. I went that long term teacher of mine taught class every Monday night, and
Wow.
so I was like, I am never free on Monday night because I'm going to this tarot class because it was just so interesting. And for 8 years,
Wow.
I went every Monday night, unless like, well, they didn't have it like if it was like Memorial Day or
Sure.
Christmas, but like it was like 48 weeks of the year. And what my teachers would do, it was like a rotisserie chicken. They would approach the deck in one way, and then the next year they'd shift the chicken, kind of like it would cook on all sides.
Ah,
So I
yeah.
kept on learning. I learned about numbers and I learned about colors and I learned about choreography and I learned about symbols and I learned about, the meanings in the cards and the titles of the cards and the functions of the cards. And it was like, wow, there is so much here. So then what you do is you pair some astrology knowledge with your tarot knowledge and then the numerology knowledge. It was like, and then I started taking palmistry classes. So anyway, it was like thing. I'm just like a forever student. Like I just want
Yes.
to keep learning. And even
Same.
to this day, I'm always enrolled in at least 2 classes. I'm reading 2 books at a time. Like I'm just a curious learner. And
Yes.
that is who I am. But I want to
I
go back to
love
what you
you.
asked.
I'm glad you're here. No,
Well,
I
thank
asked
you.
all of it. I want to know everything. It's so because I have the hungry head of the dragon. Like I have a thirst for knowledge as well.
Well, let me go back to what you asked about in the beginning. So I mentioned to you that is a universal 9 year. So let me tell you, this is a numerology thing. And
Okay.
this I think will be very helpful to your listeners and to you to understand. So numerology works in 9 year cycles.
Okay.
So we think of numerology like I always want to know where we are within the 1 through the 9.
Okay.
Now, in addition to the 1 through the 9, there also are 3 additional numbers that we look at. So the typical numbers, are 1 through 9, but then we have what we call the master numbers. And the master numbers are the doubles. So it's 11,
Okay.
22, 33. So if one is like robust and a leader and like making, business deals and kicking things off, what do you think an 11 is doing?
Yeah.
Because it's double that. So each of the master numbers are double the efficiency of the single.
Okay.
Plus, if you add 1 and 1 together, you get 2. So then it brings you some 2 energy. So I feel as though the master numbers kind of pack more of a punch. So these are the numbers that we look at. So for example, 2025. What I'm going to do to get our universal year, so the entire planet, do you agree with this, Wendy? The
Oh yeah,
entire
I'm with you.
planet
I'm in it.
is
I'm
in the
listening
year
to a
2025.
podcast right now. So you just
Okay,
go.
we're in. So 2025, the whole planet is in the year 2025. So what are we going to do? We're going to add 2
We're
and
gonna
0
pray.
and
Oh my
2 and 5.
gosh.
We're going to pray. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
because
We're going to do
this
that
year
too.
is like wow. Okay.
I love that. So 2025,
Okay.
2 plus 0 plus 2, that's the number 2025.
Got
That
it.
equals the number 9.
Got it. Okay.
Now, so 2025, because the entire planet is in 2025, is a universal 9 year. We are all in a 9 this year.
Okay.
Now, we are ending a cycle. The beginning of the cycle, the
Thank
number
God.
1 of this cycle was 2017. So
Mm.
2017 was a 1 year.
Okay, wait, how?
2 plus 0
Okay.
plus 1 plus 7. That equals the
Okay.
number 10.
Okay.
But in numerology, I just was telling
That's
you,
right.
we don't do 10. We do 1 through 9, and then we do the doubles. So what happens when we get a number that isn't a double master number or a 1 through 9? We reduce it again.
Got it.
So 1 plus 0 is the number 1.
One. Got it.
So
Okay.
2017 was a 1 year.
Okay.
2018 was a 2, 2019 was a 3. So we go all the way up. And now 2025 is a 9 year. So
Okay.
this cycle that we are ending. So what is a number 9 about? 9 is endings, culminations, things coming to a close. So things are definitely getting weird right now. They're getting a little wonky. But here's where we play a role. So there's a lot of big things happening in the world that like we don't have control of day to day. And I know that a lot of people are looking for ways, they're adapting to meditation. They're trying to find, ways to journal and tap and just anything they can do to get themselves back to a place of feeling like safe in the world. Like I feel like there's so much uncertainty. People just feel really in upheaval. It's upsetting. It's uncomfortable.
Yes.
So the 9 year is saying like there's so much that we are carrying, and a lot of it isn't serving us.
Mm-hmm.
So these are limiting beliefs. These are
Mm-hmm.
old stories. These are routines and habits that don't work for us anymore. But we just kind of like our luggage. We just keep packing it with stuff we don't need, clothes that don't fit, things that are out of style or just don't flatter us anymore. So 2025, your 9 year, and Wendy, you're getting a heads up on this now because
I'm so excited.
what happens on December 31st? December 31st is our last day of 2025. It's our last day of the 9. And 2026, if you do the math like I taught you, it adds up to a 10. And we know that the 10 reduces to a 1. So what happens in a 9 year, you need to shed. Like, so we are in the Chinese year of the snake. What does a snake do? It sheds its skin.
I'm so obsessed. I love all of this.
We must shed the skin this year. We must streamline. We must reduce. I call the 9 year my Marie Kondo year. Are you familiar
For
with Marie Kondo?
sure.
Remember she had that
Mm-hmm.
book, like if it doesn't bring you joy, then get rid of it?
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're getting rid of anything that doesn't bring us joy, that doesn't make our lives better, that is no longer serving us. This is our streamlining year because anything you do not streamline in 2025 in your 9 year will come with you like your
Oh,
luggage that you're carrying into your 1 year, and you will now carry it for the next 9 years. It will be a
oh, good
part of your new
night.
cycle.
Oh my gosh. This is so helpful.
It's really helpful to know this now because you don't want to
Right.
learn this in January. Because
Right.
if you do the work now, then you will walk into 2026 so much lighter
Yeah.
with so much clarity. Because when you get rid of the things that are blocking you, that are causing you to get confused, or letting people that are maybe toxic or not serving you anymore whisper in your ear, when those things are eliminated, you can move forward and be your intuitive, passionate, self-serving best self.
Oh, queen. Preach. I'm so loving this. This is amazing.
So anyway, there's your 9 year. So back to my introduction, I am closing doors
Yeah.
on old obligations, which is perfect for the 9 energy year. So I can fling open new doors that are filled with creativity, travel, big hearted service. And I can say yes to radical self trust, ditching the
Mm.
people pleasing script and replacing it with this kind of self compassion that your podcast celebrates every week.
Yes. 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 And yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. I want you to be able to talk about everything that you want to talk about. And I have a question.
Please.
So now that we're going to spend the last weeks of 2025 clearing out everything that we are not interested in carrying for 9 more years.
And this is relationships too. These are
Oh,
friendships, relationships, business, jobs that you're like, I hate this job. Well, why are you there? How is it serving you? That's the question you need to ask.
so
I'm sorry, I
good.
interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, please bring it. I'm so here for it. It's really great. And I love the idea of like we don't have to sit in the question of it, because the question is not, well, do I want to try this outfit for next summer? No, do you want to try that outfit for the next 9 summers? No, it's done. Out. Like that is, it's just helpful to get us out of these practices that keep us where we don't want to be. It's dumb. So I love that.
When I work with my clients, I always want to talk to them. I'm saying, we're not looking back, we're looking forward. So I want to know, who is future you? Like, so who is Wendy in 2026? Who is Wendy in 2027? So if you don't know what to do right now, what I want you to do is take a time out and have a conversation with
Mm-hmm.
future you.
Mm-hmm.
What would she tell you to do? What is she saying yes to that you're afraid of? What is she saying no to that you're still saying yes to?
Mm, so good. It's my new favorite question is, tell me about the woman you're becoming. Like when I just meet somebody, because the older I get, I'm 57, I think. I'm 57. And if someone asks me, like, tell me about yourself, I'm like, oh, geez, how much time do you have? And I'm really over the story. It's just blah, 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 blah. I would rather talk about who I'm becoming. And it's fascinating when I ask people this at first meeting, men or women, tell me about the person you're becoming. They're like, oh. And then they rattle it off as if they were just waiting for somebody to ask. And it's so beautiful because there's this awareness of like, oh, wow, that lady sounds great. I'm looking forward to meeting her. It's like, well, yay, let's be her now, shall we? Like it's just so good. So I this is my favorite. I love all of this.
Yeah, and I find that some people, when you ask them a question about who they are becoming, they don't know.
Sometimes.
And that, I think, it scares people
Hmm.
and it freezes them in their tracks.
Right? That's when I pop a bottle of champagne and invite them to sit down and say, I have nothing but time.
Yeah, and that's what I sit down with them and say,
Yeah.
let's look at your numerology. Let's look at
Mhm.
your birth cards. Let's look at your astrology and see what the ancient arts have to tell us, because these tools are your yellow brick road.
It's so good. Okay, so what do we do? So we're using these last weeks of 2025. We're clearing everything. How do we want to show up in the new year as a new person?
I gave this assignment to a lot of my clients in the new year, but heck, you can do it now and just fast forward a year and write yourself a letter. Even it can be a letter from 6 months from now, you to current you, saying, here are all the things that I was able to accomplish once I got past the fear of saying no to my boss, once I got past the fear of rejection or the fear of being judged or the fear of being seen as playing too big in the world or whatever it is. I feel as though people shrink
Hmm.
because they are afraid of what the world will say. But I want you to look back and say, what do you have to say? Like, you have one amazing life to live. Why hide in the corner?
Right? Right.
So write a
Absolutely.
letter to yourself. Like, what are the things that you want to accomplish? And what is blocking you? Like,
Yeah.
what is preventing you from like buying that plane ticket, from taking that new job, from buying the dress that you're like, I'm not the kind of person that wears pink. Well, why not? You
Right.
know, just try it. You might just like it. the saying, which is kind of cliche that I go to, is like, nothing changes if nothing changes.
Mm, it's true. I mean, you don't have to say something new. You just have to say something true. So
And that's
don't,
true.
it is an old cliche, but it is a mic drop still.
Yeah. And honestly, if you are not willing to change, to me, it's like the definition of insanity. Like, you say you want change, but then you keep taking the same action, and then you're frustrated when you get the same result. But the thing is, what other result would you have gotten if you had taken the same action like 5, 6, 7, 8 times and you keep getting this result? It's like, what other result was going to come from this action? And so, what I would say, like, here we have 2 months left in 2025. Be bold.
Mm,
What are some moves you can make? Like,
love it.
what is something that you're like, I do not want to spend another 9 year cycle doing this, or having this dynamic, or having this person lord over me and me playing like the victim to them.
Yeah.
How do you want to change the story? What is your current story, and what do you want your story to be?
Mm,
And where can we tweak that? And a lot
it's
of the
so
answers are
freeing.
in your numerology, your astrology, your tarot birth cards. This is like, I find like, so I'm a certified life coach, but I feel as though I'm a good life coach and I'm an excellent reader. I've been reading for over 30 years. I speak 2 languages, tarot and English. I know this back and forth and inside out and upside down. And when I combine them together, I am exceptional. I can see
Gosh, I
things.
love that.
Yes, it is. It's combining these two together, which people are like, how do you do that? I'm like, the coaching has given me an entirely new vocabulary and a new way in to speak with my clients. Plus, I do some, values work and some perspective work and, inner leader and future self tough things like that. But the information that I get from the cards, people don't know where to look.
Right.
I've been doing this for my life. This is my life's work. And I can't not do this. Like, as soon as people start telling me things about like their birthday or like certain behaviors, and I'm like thinking, oh, I wonder what their life path number is. Oh, I wonder what, I wonder what their midheaven is. Oh, I wonder what, I start thinking of all these things. And once I see it, it's like,
Yeah.
I got your story. Let me tell you what I see. And
Oh my
now
gosh,
can
it's
work towards
so
the
fun.
future. Exactly.
Can we do something together?
Sure, we can do something. I'm going to do like a mini reading for you, which
Okay.
combines a few of my techniques. So, as I mentioned, I like to do numerology and
Okay.
numbers, and I'll walk you through this. Numbers are very interesting to me, and you'll see why. We will pull a tarot card,
Okay.
which tarot can be very foreign to people because sometimes people have no idea what is this thing. So numbers people can relate to, colors people can relate to, and I created my own divination system. It's a charm kit. So I'm going to show you this. It's just this little charm kit, and I open this up, and I have about 100 charms in here. And a charm is
Oh,
something that, like,
cool.
do you ever wear anything around your neck? Like, I'm wearing a heart around my neck right now.
Okay.
Do you have anything around your neck?
I don't have anything around my neck.
Well, like some people, like for example, if you're like a sailor, maybe you have an anchor,
Sure.
or if you like to ride horses, maybe you have like people like they
Right.
get
A
like little,
charm.
right, just like
Yeah.
people wore charm bracelets, and that's what these are. These are little charms. They're not that big, but they're 100 things that you've seen before in the world. And this to me, and I sell these charm kits and I offer charm classes, and I just wrote a charm journal book that I'm doing seasonally, and the
Oh,
charms
fun.
are like chef's kiss. I love this. And I actually started doing these charms because I was doing a lot of like kid birthday parties here in New York City. And I
Okay.
was like, I really can't bring my tarot deck with like the death card and the devil card to like a five
Right.
year old's birthday party. So I was like, I got to figure something else out. And that's where the charm started. So you can do this with like a 5 year old kid. You can do this with a 98-year-old grandma. You can do this with men. Like, everyone loves the charms.
And does it work similarly to the cards where you just pull whatever intuitively feels
I
right?
pull one charm and I
Okay.
ask you questions, and I'm going to walk you through it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do a
This is
number,
so
a
fun.
card, and a charm. And
Okay.
you're going to have to share with me a little bit. It's not going to be all me. You ready?
Okay. I'm
You
here for
in?
it.
You in,
I'm
Wendy?
in. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in. I'll tell my mom not to listen to this episode.
Okay, so I'm mixing my tarot cards. You can
I
see
see
me,
that.
I'm mixing my cards. Okay, so I'm going to give you two jobs. Your first job is going to be to tell me when to stop shuffling my cards.
Okay. Please stop.
Okay. Your second job is to give me the first number that comes to you between 1 and 10. Don't take too long. What's your number?
9.
9. I'm going to count down from the
Okay.
top to the ninth card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is the ninth card.
Okay.
And I'll talk about that in a second. But first, we're going to talk about the number 9.
It was already
So,
in my head because of this universal 9 year. I'm like, oh my
right.
gosh,
But
I
I'm
got to.
talking about number 9 now as it relates to the tarot.
Perfect.
So it can be a little bit different, but like the 9 to me is the final push before things get clear. It's like you have one last hurdle that you need to overcome until things are like smooth sailing from here. I see you with your
Yep.
hands on the side of your face, like an oh my goodness, what's going on?
You've been in my journal. Oh my gosh. I love that. This is so fun. Okay.
So right now you are you're finishing up something.
Yes, I am.
And I think that what's happening is you realize that something is ending because what happens is the cards of my tarot deck, it's set up a little bit like a regular card deck. So I have 4 suits. There's an ace through a 10. And then there's instead of having a jack, queen, king, there's a page, a knight, a king, and a queen. And then there is 22 extra cards, which are like the title cards, which is like the magician, the emperor, the empress, that kind of thing. But
Okay.
I do have 4 suits in my deck. And I do have the numbers 1 through 10. So the reason why I asked you for a number was because I look at our lives as a book. And the book of our life is filled with many, many chapters. So at any time in our life, we are in a chapter. Now,
Yes.
some of the chapters of our life are long, like our childhood. Beautiful, long chapters, sometimes maybe not so beautiful, depending on who's in it. And then we have other chapters of our life that are maybe short, like our first job. Quick.
Sure.
I worked at my first job, 2 days, in and out, done with that chapter, kind of thing. So, what I wanted to find out when I asked you that number was between the number of 1 and 10, where are you in your current chapter? You gave me the number
Mm.
9, which means that your chapter is coming to an end. You've learned a lot. You've experienced a lot. And what you are doing is you are beginning to wrap things up. You are beginning to look back and say, let me pat myself on the back. Yay, me. I did an awesome job. These were things that I'm proud of. And you are also unsure of what the next chapter fully looks like. So while you are cheering yourself for what you have accomplished, you're like, oh my goodness, but what's next? So sometimes we have weird dreams when we're in a 9. We have anxiety just because the uncertainty of what's to come is kind of occupying our brain, even
Yes.
when we're just walking the dog or doing something like, wandering the aisles of the supermarket kind of thing. So I don't know if at the same time that you're like, one last push and something is completing, yay me, I made it through this, I'm a champion, I did all these great things, and oh no, what's going to happen next? So a lot of these things are going on. Have you been having trouble sleeping?
I do not have trouble sleeping because it's so interesting. My friend was just asking me the other day in this like market research questionnaire, like what keeps you up at night? And I said, oh, nothing. I'm so exhausted by the end of the day. I sleep really well. But the better question is, what is hitting my journal first thing in the morning? I think that's the same question. And I just want to tell the listeners at first, I want to say, oh my gosh, you guys, are you totally freaking out that she's saying all of this? And to tell you also, listener, I came right off of another interview onto this call with Dina. So she does not know anything about me. So this is not a parlor trick. This are actual things that she is just reading based on my answers. And because you've been here a while, it's totally landing like crazy town. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so that was my numerology segment. Now I'm going to move to the tarot card that we pulled. So,
Oh, I have a question. Did you want to say anything about I sleep well, but my journal is like I wake up with things.
So the nine can also be about either anxiety or something that keeps you up at night or something that like you're just anxious about.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
you feel like there's a skeleton in your closet that's going to fall out and you're just like, "Oh, when is that
right. Or
skeleton going
just
to
what's
fall?"
next. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Because
Exactly.
I'm completing a very long divorce process of a 22-year marriage.
And nine is also about achievement and
Mhm.
about you being
A fucking queen.
no, but you're little you are the layer of the golden egg. Like you are really
Yes, I
successful
am.
in your own right. And I feel
Thank
as though
you.
it is time for you to step into that. It is time for you to admire yourself and, when you pass by a mirror, be like, "You got it all going on, girl. I love
Oh my
you."
gosh, I do that in an elevator.
I love that. You should. I'm cheering you on. That's awesome. So that's pretty much the nine. The nine is, there's a lot of success and a lot of pride and a lot of like, you should admire your hard work. But I think that there's also an element of like, but what's next kind
Yeah,
of thing. And just like,
exactly.
just get through. Just
Yep.
get through. You are going to be like a cat. You're going to land on your feet. I'm not worried about you, Wendy, not for 1 minute.
Thank you, me either.
And let me tell you why. Okay, so now we're moving into the tarot card. I
Okay.
shuffle the cards. You gave me the number nine. I counted down to nine. We got the Three of Wands. Can you see that?
Okay. I
Three
do.
of Wands is a beautiful card, lots of yellow, and the gentleman in the card or whoever this person is wearing a bright red cloak with green and got a blue arm sticking out. Like I look a lot at color, but the
Yes.
color that captured my attention first was the yellow.
Yeah.
And through whatever this nine is going to push you through, yellow is clarity. Yellow is focus, intention, it's communication. It's like when that camera, which is blurry, all of a sudden you can see super clearly.
Yeah.
This is what is happening here. So here you are with your red cloak on. Red is a color of passion and action. And you know what? Red can sometimes also represent anger. And
Mm.
I think anger can be a good thing because you know what
Mhm.
happens when you're angry? You're like, you know what? I'm not going to take it anymore. You know
That's
what?
right.
I'm going to stand up and say something. You know what? I will not be quiet, kind of thing. So, red anger can be a really nice little fire to have lit under your butt. So, you have maybe been angry about something, and all of a sudden, things have gotten very clear about how your communication needs to go and what your intentions are going to be doing and how you're going to get there. Now, the wands are the element of fire.
Mm.
Fire moves quickly.
Yep.
So things are moving quickly for you. I don't think you're going to be in this nine a long time. And the Three of Wands energy, like he's waiting. You see, he's
Yep.
waiting there. He's kind
Yep.
of like looking over and he's kind of staring at like this big open body of water where ships are coming in. So, like, you're waiting for your ships to come in. And so I would say that right now you are waiting for news about something. And when the Three of Wands comes up, like, you know how, like, when you apply to college or you apply for a job, like, when you apply to college, I mean, sometimes they just let you in, or but when you apply to a job, it's like they call you back, they ask you to write an essay, they ask you to come for an interview. So you took an action and now you're waiting for news. So it's like you are waiting because you put out words saying, I'll be on the mountain at
Right.
standing at this spot at 9 a.m. kind of thing. But and the other color that I see, you see he's standing on ground
Oh,
and
yes.
the ground is brown and also has some grass, like some green, and there's also some green here. So
Yes.
the ground is brown. Brown to me is earth. It's where we plant the seeds. It's where the roots of the tree go. So you have to be rooted in something. Like you have to know who you are, what
Mhm.
your why is, what you stand for, in order for there to be growth, in order for the green to happen. So you have to root yourself because if you start like getting too worked up and you don't have roots, like we've all seen what happens when there are hurricanes or tornadoes and it's like the tree's roots or the house isn't, in the ground firmly enough, it's like whoa, it gets pulled right out. So there's something really big coming in for you, but you have to be rooted in order to grow. So we grow from our hard situations. So if you've
Mhm.
been through a rough divorce, if you've been through something challenging, good. It has
Yep.
grounded you. It has given you a nice, solid, strong head on your shoulders, and it gives you experience. It gives you, intelligence and just
Mhm.
knowledge and knowing that you can count on yourself. So this is great. And that fires also ideas. So you have a lot of ideas. You are very
I'm
creative,
full of good ideas.
full of ideas, full of ideas. So that is our three of wands. Any questions?
Oh my gosh. No, I mean, if anyone wants to watch my smile huge and just all the nodding, you can watch this on YouTube. But oh my gosh, it's all so good. And I think, and I want you to keep going, but what I love about all of these practices, all of these modalities into ways that we're connected with our future self and with the universe, the resonance that I experience and feel in hearing your words is because it's reminding me of what I already know. Like that's what resonance is. It's a matching of vibrations. So, although my journal may have some like, oh my gosh, I don't know what, I mean, I do know what's going to happen. I don't say I don't know because I do know. Everything is always working out for me. And I still have some opportunities to remind myself of what I already know. So, that is what this whole practice has been. And for me, I'm a 2 on the Enneagram, and my human design is a generator. And there are things that are characteristics of those two things about acknowledgement and appreciation. And how I feel while you're sharing this information is gratitude and appreciation that you see me.
Oh,
So thank you.
well, you're so welcome. So I'm going to finish off your reading with my beloved charms.
Oh, yay. I
So
forgot about the charms. So
yeah,
fun.
so I'm going to just show you just a couple of charms so you know basically like what I'm working with here.
Okay.
So here's an example of a charm.
Oh, a ladder.
It's a
Okay.
ladder. So very familiar thing in the world. Here is another charm,
A
a
starfish.
starfish. Yeah.
Perfect.
Here is another charm. Let's see.
Champagne bottle.
Champagne
I
bottle. So
love
these
it.
all things that you've seen in the world. I'll show you
Yeah.
one more.
Oh, barbell.
The
Okay.
doorbell. Yeah. So a little bit of this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all those charms back in here. And
Okay.
now what I do is I'm not looking. I'm
Right.
moving around in my little charm kit and I'm pulling. Okay. Okay. So can you see what this is?
Is it a knife?
It's whatever you say it
Oh, a
is.
saw. A saw.
Okay. It's a saw. Yeah.
I see now. Okay. Yep.
So, okay. So here's how this works.
I love that answer. It's whatever you say it is. It's
That's
so
the truth
good.
because it doesn't matter what I see, it matters what you see. And I'll
Right.
I'll tell you a story about that in a minute. But okay, so I have a few questions for you. The first question is, what is this item? Because I never say, oh, look, Wendy, you picked a saw. I say, what did you pick? And you say, I see a knife or I see a saw. Okay, great. It's a saw. So imagine, Wendy, I come from another planet. Like I've never in my life seen a saw. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it does. I don't know how it's used. And you've been chosen out of all the people in the world to explain to me the use, the purpose, the function of a saw in the world. How would you describe it?
Well, I'll describe how I recently used a saw.
Hmm.
I was cutting off the branches of a tree that are not producing fruit.
Okay. So my next question was going to be, have you ever had an experience with a saw? And
Yes.
clearly you have. So what was your experience like? Was it helpful? Was it hard? Was it easy? Was it fun? Was it like weird? Like how would you describe your experience with the saw?
Those are such good words because it was fun because I was waiting for somebody else to come and do this task and they weren't coming. And I realized that I had the tools and I knew what I wanted to be done and I had the time and I did it. And it felt so rewarding to be equipped to take care of myself and do what needed to be done. And it's good for the tree. Like it was such a beautiful metaphor. It was good for the tree to have less, you know, to save its energy to the things that are actually productive. And I know a lot about, the power of a cut. Like I know that the word decision, the root of that word is to cut. And it's like you can't change your mind after you cut this. So it's there's some finality to it. And that instrument is sharp and effective. And it really, this particular job I used it for, it could not have been achieved with a pair of clippers. It needed the a bigger implement, a bigger tool.
Love it. So you've answered a lot of this, but I'm going to ask because this is how I like to bring it
Yeah.
on home. How are you personally like a saw?
Mm. I'm so happy to know about this Universal 9 year because I would have, now that I know that there is purpose and momentum to the actions I've been taking, it's not that I'm just a cold hearted bitch. It's because I'm actually shedding what is not in service. And I I'm obsessed with this whole time together, and I'm loving this. I have been in the practice of, I obtained these items for a different life, and now I don't have that life, and I do not need those items. I obtained these items for just in case I throw a party that is XYZ, and I have now been here for 14 years and I've never thrown that party. I'm not throwing that party. Someone else can throw that party. So it feels like a clearing, but I'm not mad. It's just appropriate.
Yeah, like when you said like the job that needed to be done couldn't have been done by a set of clippers.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a saw. And you said a saw is effective, it's quick, it's sharp, but sometimes it's needed.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, so how are you like a saw? Like, and I'm not saying that you're always, I mean, I think you're lovely and I would love to give you a hug if I was here with you in person. But
Yeah.
sometimes you need to be sharp. Sometimes you
Yep.
need to cut. Sometimes
Yes.
you need to be decisive
Mm-hmm.
and end things so they are officially done, which things are
Right.
completing this year.
Right. Because even back to the clippers, like
Mhm.
those branches would have been so gnarled and so damaged if I was trying to, in this instance, make something last longer than it was supposed to. Like it's just going to be so messed up and more painful for both the tree and the branch. This is just clean.
So you clean cut. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this the last question. If this saw could speak, and
Mm,
it had advice. So this saw came here today with the exclusive intention of seeing you and giving you this all important message. It could fit on a fortune cookie message. It doesn't have to be big and long and involved. What is it? What advice, what message does this saw want you to know?
I'm the tool that's available for what you couldn't do by yourself.
But the saw is a mirror. You are the tool. You can do it yourself. The tools are within you. You just didn't realize that you had it, maybe because you've never needed to use it. But suddenly it's become an important tool in your toolbox. And you got a big old toolbox, girlfriend. You got a lot in there. And I think that sometimes our toolbox is so big and so deep that there are tools at the bottom that we
Right.
don't see, that we don't remember. And I think that that's another important part of like this Universal 9 year. remember who you are.
Yeah.
Remember that light in you. Like, what lights you up? What wakes you up in the morning? Like, when you were a little girl, what was your dream? What is your dream now? It's possible. You just need to use your saw and cut away the things that are anything but that. They said, like, makes me think of Michelangelo when they said, how did you make the David, from this massive piece of marble? And he said, oh, it was simple. He said, I just cut away everything that wasn't David.
Yeah.
But what you need to do is cut away anything that isn't Wendy. And to the listeners, you need to cut away anything that you are lugging around for someone else and is no longer your heavy weight to carry.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
powerful.
It's so good. It's so good. Okay. Of course I'm crying, which is how you know I'm not lying. Oh my
So that's why I love the
gosh.
charms. The charms are
Right?
so if I said to you, we're going to pull a saw and you're going to be crying about it and you'll be like, what?
Yeah.
But the charms are so like it's your story. Like all I
Totally.
do is ask questions with the charms. And this is why it's my favorite because I can do this with any age who has zero experience with anything that has to do. And I sell these charm kits and you can do your own divination. So it's so simple and they are like a little box of magic. So
They are. I love this. Oh my gosh. It's so good because, to what I already said, you're just reminding me of what I already know, which is why it resonates, which is why it's powerful, which is why, of course, I just used a saw. Of course I did. So I would have just been thinking of like, oh gosh, that's another tool that I need to learn how to use now that I'm doing all this stuff by myself. Like, oh, yep, that's actually the one I reminded myself that I don't need someone to teach me how to use it because I know.
yes, you do know. You
I do
do.
know.
So good for
Oh
you. So you
my
can share with me anything
gosh.
you'd like or whatever you want to do. We can talk about something else, whatever you want to do.
Oh, Dina, tell me about the book. Like, is it similar to like this experience we just had? Because obviously, I mean, you'll do that, like you take on clients and things,
Yeah,
so
I see
I
clients.
can have more of these.
Absolutely.
But how does the book interact and how is it something that people can use? Obviously, they're using a book on their own. Why don't you tell me about the book instead of me just talking?
Okay. Well, the book is 1000% this. The book is called The Way Within, and the subtitle is Igniting Your Intuition Using Sacred Tools. I
Love
talk
it.
about three tools in the book. The first tool is tarot, the second tool is numerology, and the third tool is charms. So, what
Mm.
I do is I explain to you in a very introductory and basic way what each of these modalities is about. This book is it's a love letter to the curious soul. So it's a blend of
Beautiful.
stories, it's insights, it's these tools of my journey with it. And I wrote it to offer readers a companion on their path to self discovery, especially now when so many are seeking deeper connection and meaning. And there's like a QR code within the book that you can go to, and there's PDFs that, like, I explain to you, like, how to use the charms. I explain to you what each number means. So it's like I tell you how to do it and then I give you all the information that you need. So my book is exactly this. It is a perfect way for you to go within, especially now in 2025 when we are shedding everything that no longer serves us so we can move into the 1 year as like the most powerful, crackerjack version of ourselves. So the book is great. And what I did a little offshoot on the book. I started over the summer. I created a charm journal and I'm doing a quarterly charm journal.
Cool.
So I released a summer charm journal. I released a fall charm journal. So every quarter I'm releasing a journal. It's all being sold on Amazon. You just put my name in and you'll see the Way Within book and the charm journal. It's like the Way Within charm journal. And what I do is each week I pick a charm. I do a little synopsis of what the charm is. There are 4 or 5 journal prompt questions and a mantra. And what I
Mm.
say is, so it's 14 weeks. So, I mean, if you want to, jump ahead,
Yes.
that's on you, but I feel like you can take a charm a week, really focus in on it. Like you could spend a week with this charm. I could create, 5 journal prompts for you to dig in deeper, more than what we've already done here. So first of all, they can get either one of my books and the journals. And listen, even if the season has passed, the other journals are still available. So you can absolutely grab it. And
Perfect.
then, I'm available to do, one-on-one readings. If people want a tarot reading, a numerology reading, if people want a charm lesson, if people want, I offer some classes sometimes, depending on what's going on. I have 2 programs. One of them is a year-long program that I kicked off this time last year. And
Okay.
it was inspired by 2025 being a universal 9 year. And it was a time for completion and transformation. And through the program, I was exploring various divination tools and intuitive practices to align with our authentic selves. So, the program is called the Alignment Experience, and it's a
Mm,
year-long journey of getting to know yourself. I wanted to align your current self with your future self. I started offering it last year, like in December, and I
okay.
only offered it to the first week in January, and then I closed it. So I have people
Sure.
that I'm working with for the year. And I mean, if those people would like to sign up again, they're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
But if anyone in your audience is interested in the alignment experience,
Yeah, this
we're
is
offering
perfect.
it in December. It's a year-long journey. They get meditations from me, they get tappings from me, they get one-on-one appointments and coaching with me. I mean, we dig deep, and you will know yourself in a completely different way when I am done with you. And so this year has been kind of just how my tarot teachers kind of did tarot, like did the rotisserie chicken, like every
Right.
year was different. Like a 9 year has a different approach than a 1 year. So
Right.
this year may be different than what I'll do next year. So even if I do get a repeater client, or if I get a new client, it's not going to be exactly the same thing of what people have priorly been in the program have gotten. And then I offer a smaller program that is a little bit more niche, because like a lot of the clients that I get seem to struggle with what I call people pleasing or
Mm,
disconnection with their authentic selves. And I feel like what they've done is they shrink because they want to be accepted. They don't want to be judged. They don't want to feel like they're not quote unquote in the group or whatever it is. So it's called my Happiness Reset program. And it's about
mm.
creating a life that feels joyful and true to who you are. So I have my year-long alignment. I have my shorter happiness reset. I've got my charm kits that I sell online. I'm available for parties and events. I work mostly in the New York metro area, but if you want to fly me somewhere,
So
I'm on
fun.
board. I love to travel. I am a lifelong learner and a wanderer at heart. Like, I love to travel. I like to do workshops. I'm all about personal growth and anything that fuels my soul and enriches my work. So, like, every new experience offers me a valuable lesson, and I really cherish the opportunity to share and learn from my clients and community.
Oh, it's so beautiful. We will link everything down in the show notes. Tina, I have loved this conversation. I will be journaling on these on these
I'll take a picture of
insights
your
that you
charm and
shared.
your
Oh, thank
and your
you.
card.
Thank you. That would be so great. I really really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Wendy. And to everyone in the audience, so lovely to meet you.
I hope you enjoyed that conversation as much as I did. As always, any links or notes mentioned can be found at phineaswrighthouse.com in the podcast section of our site or in the show notes below. And if you haven't connected with me personally, come find me on Instagram at Phineas Wrighthouse and let me know you listened to this episode. I'd love to get to know you. Thank you for sharing this time with me. I know your days are full, and I'm really grateful that you chose to spend some of your precious time right here. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any of these delightful conversations. I'll see you next week.